Yo, 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 yo. How do I get out of here? Okay, hello. Hey, I would like to apologize. I would love to apologize for what the last 10 minutes entailed. I was on a call with Drew, and we were trying to figure this thing out, and I was having issues. So, hey, thanks for popping in. Thanks for stopping in. I'm excited. This is cool. This is fun. I have this behind me. I got the Halloween's lantern, and I believe we have yellow. Or we have green. The echo. Is there an echo? Low latency. Droko, I think I'm on low latency. I don't even think I can change that while I'm going, right? The echo was just for a second, I think, when I had my phone volume up. I'm using my phone to see the chat because I cannot figure out how to do this. Not anymore. Okay, we should be good. Are we good? We're not hearing crazy things. My voice is a normal volume. The music's a normal volume. We're all good. We're all here. Hey, guys, thank you so much for stopping in. 3 of you that liked. That's really cool. I'm just here to hang out. We're just here to kind of talk. We can talk amusement parks. We can talk upcoming trips, recent trips, whatever we feel like. It was just with the videos, I sometimes take a very decent amount of time to get them done, to edit them, to just get them from point A to point B. And I feel like a lot of the interaction or communication is kind of lost in there. So I thought that doing something live would be a fun way where we can have a little bit of like a back and forth, a conversation where it's not like I filmed that weeks ago and took me, you know, super long to set up. But we got, hey, all of you who came from Droko's stream, from Drew and Yoko, thanks for stopping by. I see Dawn to Dusk. We have Droko himself over here. Multiple smiles. Thank you. I sound great. It's all good. Velocity, thanks for stopping in, man. So park vlog live streams are something that I've thought about doing. I think I streamed a couple times on like Instagram from a park that I was visiting. And the problem is I kind of have a very specific pace that I try to have when I'm actually like really trying to just get on rides and film stuff. And live streaming just kind of had to put a pause on that. So I need to, if I want to do that, I just need to make sure I'm kind of planning around the fact that I would want to live stream, because I did it for a little bit at Holiday World, and it was literally like I just paused for like 45 minutes in the middle of the day. We can have a discourse. Exactly. You guys have gotten the mid-course from the videos, and now you get discourse. River, what's up, man? Everyone, thanks for stopping in. 16 viewers is so much more than I expected. Hey, do we like green? Or do we want yellow? Green or yellow? I would do a YouTube poll, but I am just lucky to be streaming right now after the entire situation that just unfolded, so I'm not even going to try to mess with a poll. What's up? Hey, it's Justin. Justin, it was great meeting you on shoot, I guess that was 1 week ago today. It's good to have you here. Green, green, green. Green, green. Okay. Honestly, I was thinking yellow just because it kind of went with that one over there. Check this out. This was like a long time ago that I got these. This was probably 12 years ago. Coaster Dynamics at Cedar Point were new when I did these. Look at the dust. But I have Millennium Force. I've got Millennium Force. And Maverick. I got these for Christmas. My parents got them for me because I was just getting into roller coasters. And I kick myself every day because I got these in like 2010 or something. I don't know. And they said like I could have 2 of them. And I picked Maverick and Millennium Force. And if I could go back in time, I absolutely would have done the Dragster one. It was right there along the other side ones. If you go on eBay and look for the Dragster train of that, it is literally like hundreds of dollars. Not that I would sell it, but I really wish I had it, because I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for that right now. Droco, I saw that. They're all down to what? 30, 35 bucks? Something like that. What's up, guys? Yeah, dude, it was the gateway drug. Nano coasters is like it's like an accessible, easy way to ease into. It's like, oh, it's only like $40 for a nano coaster. That's not much. And then suddenly it's like there's a cool Shivering Timbers sweatshirt for only like $55, and then you get that. And now I probably would have been better just to like buy stock in Cedar Fair at the time, but I haven't really been following their stock exchange. I don't know how they're doing publicly. $29.99. The $5 does make all the difference. Maybe I will grab some. I know that online they had so here's the thing. Michigan's Adventure is my home park, and I am like unbelievably biased towards it. I love it. I think it's great. I think everyone throws it shade. It doesn't deserve it. You just don't understand what the park is trying to be. It's not trying to be Cedar Point. Cedar Fair and now Six Flags couldn't have Michigan's Adventure be anything more than what it is right now. But I think for what it is, they're doing a really good job. I think a few rides could use new paint. I think a few improvements could be made, but overall, I love that place. So if there's a nano coaster, which I knew there was like a few weeks ago on the website for $30 of Shivering Timbers, I will be buying that like now. Maybe we'll do it here on stream. Do you have any coaster cutouts? Jeff, I do not. Again, like Claxton the Clam said, it's a slippery slope. I have held myself out for a while because I know as soon as I start doing cutouts and nano coasters and things, it's not going to stop. Also, this is sort of new. That is an Aero. It's even got the grease on it still. That's an Aero wheel, I believe. Now, when you buy these from SNS's website, I think this is it's the 4-inch. It's the smallest one. But when you buy it from the website, they don't actually tell you like what it came from. But from my extrapolation and my very, very limited research on Google Images, I believe that this small of a wheel was only found on mine trains once they stopped using the skid pads as the upstops and they actually started using wheels. I think that this came from an Aero mine train. I'm not 100% sure. Gun to my head, I would have no answer for you, but I think it's way too big to be a corkscrew or just like an old looper, because last time I was at Michigan's Adventure, I had this, like not with me, but like I owned it at that point. And I was like, okay. And I was looking at corkscrew there, which is a Aero corkscrew. And that even the upstop is like 6-8 inches at least. Claxton, we love Shivering Timbers. Claxton is a day one, an OG Shivering Timbers advocate. 22 people, guys. What are we doing here? Why did we come? Velocity, yeah. I think nano coaster streams would be fun. When I was setting this stream up, I was like, what do I even do? Do we just talk? Do we just chill? I don't know. But being able to do that and make some nano coasters, I feel like that would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, I think multiple smiles. I think it's an upstop wheel. It's just the fact that even like now maybe this could have been like. Maybe I'll pull it up. I don't know how to really share my screen without accidentally sharing like a ton of my personal data. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and try not to do that. But I do want to see. That could be a more main wheel, like a running wheel or side friction on like a family coaster, I guess, or a kid's coaster. But I'm not too familiar with the smaller rides that Arrow did. Like Matterhorn or something. That'd be insane. What if this came from Matterhorn bobsled? If anyone's got any ideas of what this, if you go to SNS's website and buy the 4-inch wheel, it's the small one. Where did this come from? Please, someone tell me please tell me. Okay, Jeff Brandon at Theme Park Recommendations has a sweet TT2 wheel assembly. I have no idea how you would get something like that, but weren't the Top Thrill 2 wheels the biggest wheels ever made on a coaster? And then was it Falcons? Is it when they showed Falcons? I always get confused. It's Falcons Flight. Falcons Fury is the drop tower. Falcons Flight is the new coaster. That one has the biggest now, but those things look ridiculous. I've only seen Top Thrill 2's wheels from a distance, like at the fence looking into the gray train. Those things are actually like this big. It's insane. Siren's Curse Nano Coaster. I'm assuming there's no moving parts, because that would be sick. I would buy that in a heartbeat if you could, like, if there's like a little pivot point where you can kind of turn the tilt track. That'd be pretty cool. Exactly. Bessica Brilla, thank you. Smash that like and subscribe button right now, please. Obtain a piece of Mindblower's old track when RMC is retracking. That's the thing. I really wish that parks did that sort of thing more, because the only time I realized that was happening at a park near me, which is Cedar Point. Cedar Point's like 4 hours from me, but it was for Wicked Twister, and by the time I realized they were selling pieces of track for it, it was too late. I was very out of the loop on that one, but I do wish I had gotten some of that, or even like, I don't know, man. Enthusiasts are we're a weird bunch, right? Like, if Shivering Timbers just does its regular maintenance and gets some new running like plates, I don't even know if they call them running rails, but like, even if they don't replace the wood, just the steel plating on top of the wood, I would buy the old one, you know, like cut it into a few inches. I would buy it in a heartbeat. So, what's your home park? It is Michigan's Adventure. That is that's the tough part about this thing for me. So I guess that kind of goes into some stuff. This year was by far, since I started making videos, was by far, not even close, the most parks I've ever visited. I'm at like 8, 9, or 10. It's the amount of videos I've made is the amount of parks I've been to. And traditionally I only ever did like once a year going to Cedar Point, and that's it. But I've always loved roller coasters. It's just I was an enthusiast for like 12 years, but I only really ever went to Cedar Point. You know, like, you can be an enthusiast and just kind of keep winding up at the same place all the time. So it's like the enthusiasts who have, you know, been on 1,000 different roller coaster credits versus the person who's only been to 3 parks, but they've been there like 200 times. That was kind of me for a while. But I like I said, I do really like Michigan's Adventure. It is my home park. There's a lot of problems with it. I wish it had a lot more. I wish that they could, you know, expand and stuff, but that's just not where it's at in the chain. I would love to see like beautification and improvement and all of that. I think it's coming down the line. I think it's just a slow drip. And as much as we joke about the fact that Michigan's Adventure hasn't gotten anything like meaningful since Thunderhawk, in my opinion, the Woodstock, what is it? What's the kids area? The Camp Snoopy. That was huge for that park. And I think if they do things like that every few years, it's going to be a great park. It is a great park, but I think that would really help out. Is it an upstop wheel on Magnum? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Magnum opened with skid plates as the upstops, correct? It didn't have actual wheels. But now I know it has wheels. I'm trying to find the train. I don't know how to share this correctly. I do have a way to desktop share, but I'm kind of scared to do it. because again, I don't want to accidentally show you all of my information. But check this out. I think we might have a winner chicken dinner. Look at this. Can you even see that? Is it too bright? Let me turn it down a little bit more. Look at that. Look at the upstop. That is a tiny little circle. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Magnum upstop. Magnum upstop. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Who said that? Claxton. You might have just won. You just won the entire... I don't even know what it is, but you won it. Okay, so I guess... But that's the thing, right? Is like, it still technically came from an Arrow mine train. Because Magnum was built as a mine train, basically. It was just like Cedar Point came to Arrow and was like, just build it bigger. And what Arrow had in their catalog as far as non-looping rides was just their mine train. So they basically just, like, literally, Magnum's trains are mine train trains. Just, like, externally, they look a bit different, but everything else about them is the same. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. I haven't caught up on the chat. I don't know how to make sure I'm caught up on that. I am enthusiast. I built the colored Top Thrill 2 cutout this summer. That's as close as I got to riding it. I got really... Yeah, I didn't really get too close. That's my biggest regret of this year is I made a video in, like, March or something, right when Dodonpa closed. And then... I took a couple months off because I didn't even know if, I didn't know if I wanted to keep making, like, analysis videos just like everyone does where you're just talking about stuff. I knew I wanted to do more vloggy stuff, but I couldn't do that because parks weren't open around me near Michigan or just, like, you know, Indiana, Ohio, that whole area. And it was pretty much I happened to be passing. I was visiting my sister who lives in Indiana. So I realized I was going right by Indiana Beach on the way back. So I looked it up, and I did not plan to go to Indiana Beach, which was my first real video, I guess, the first, like, vlog video. I didn't even realize it until I was driving, and I was like, okay, I'll go check it out. We'll give it a try. And I did that video, and that video is the best video I've had on my channel as far as views and stuff. The problem is that was, like, almost an accident. And then I was like, okay, people like that video. I'll go to Michigan's Adventure, film something for the pass holder preview. Shout out Doofles. I did a lot of research, reached out to him because he was, like, the only person who'd really created stuff on, like, the pass holder. I didn't even know if, like, a park was really open on a pass holder preview day until I went to his stuff. And so I went to that. That video did well. Then I did the next week. I did opening day because half the stuff wasn't open on pass holder preview. And that, pretty much like that third video is when I actually started taking it seriously. So the sucky part there is that Top Thrill 2's preview and opening week was just before I really started being like, okay, I'm going to every event, I'm going to everything, I'm going to every opening day, I'm going, like, all of that. It was literally like a week or two after when I really started taking it seriously. And I mean, I'm sure this is what everyone else was like, but at that point I was just like, okay, I'll just ride it again when it opens later in the summer. And here we are. It's almost October. That's where we're at. So I got close, but if I would have got serious about making videos at parks like a week earlier, I would have been there. I would have been on it. But instead I have this. This is pretty close. This is backwards for you, isn't it? But it's a Top Thrill 2 coin. That's cool. I got this at Coaster Mania. They gave us these. That's pretty cool. And I've been there 4 times. So I've been very close. Anyway, sorry. Catching up. Anyway, 20 of you are here and I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm so sorry. It could be Magnum given how worn out it is. Yeah, that thing is, like, actually torn up. When I bought it or like when I got this and it said, like, used tread, I didn't realize that this is how bad coaster wheels can get before they replace them. But maybe that's just because it's also like a soft compound and it's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere for years after it was done being used. So maybe that's just kind of how it goes. Yeah, I have a bolt from Magnum. It fell off and I grabbed it. Yeah, dude. That's cool. Oh, possibly lateral control. That it could be a side friction wheel. I was trying to get good views of those, but for the most part on Legacy Aero rides, it did go sequentially. Running wheel, side friction wheel, upstop wheel, because they didn't really exert too many negatives. Like a lot of, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like a lot of modern rides have like road wheels, the biggest, upstops the next, and then side friction. But I guess it just depends what forces it's most putting on the assembly. And I guess for arrows back in the day, there was not a whole lot of negative G's and airtime happening on those. So I don't know. It's a mystery, but I'm pretty sure it's a mine train. It could be a side friction. It could be like a kid's ride. I don't really know. I got on TT2. It was lit. Claxton. I'm so incredibly jealous. TT2 was awesome. Justin. Yeah. I was just, it's so silly, man. I was so close to, like, literally Boardwalk Nights, the event that I applied for, got accepted as a creator too. That was such a cool experience. But like, I was like, oh, I need to go to this Boardwalk Nights. It had like food and shows. I was so immediately I was so wrapped into like making content that I was like, I need to get this video out about shows and food. I like roller coasters. That's why I do this. And yet, like a couple weeks prior, I wasn't as roped in or like as focused, so I didn't go to anything Top Thrill. I don't know. I'm excited to check it out next year. I think we'll have a better idea of the timeline for both Siren's Curse and Top Thrill 2 kind of as the winter progresses. I'm assuming by the time like winter chill out rolls around, we'll really know what things are looking like. But I know they're not going to, but if they open both of those rides, like when the park opened, that would be the most ridiculous experience for most people visiting the park, except those who went during the first week and did Top Thrill 2. I feel like there's really, aside from like going to a brand new amusement park like Epic Universe, you wouldn't get an experience like getting Top Thrill 2 and Siren's Curse on your first visit back to the park. That'd be insane. Or you could be a normal person and like visit like once the park has actually been open for a bit and both rides are for sure open, but you know, that's not how I operate. I'm going to be there as soon as it's back open. I got a bolt from Carowinds Drop Tower. Guys, I don't know if this is a PSA or if this needs to be said or what, but if you get a bolt from a ride and it's fresh, it's warm, it clearly just came out, maybe give it back to the ride. Maybe give it to an operator. Probably not. They don't know what to do with it. Give it to an operator and be like, hey, I found this. They can reach out to maintenance. I don't know. Will it close our favorite rides for a couple hours while they figure out where it came from? Yeah. Could it maybe help to get that bolt where? I don't know. That's crazy to me. I'm AI with the braids. What's up, Trenton Barker? I bet that's your real name. I hope things are going well, man. I hope this chaotic season concludes. Under the train, look at the bottom of the suspended train. Under the Aero train, they have a wheel to control swinging when on the lift hill and station. On the suspendeds. Oh! Okay. Yes. Okay, so that little track that they have at the bottom. Okay. Claxton's onto something. Guys, hold on. I need to figure out how to make a vote because or a poll. This is not working too well. If I was a poll, where would I be? I don't know. Drew, are you still here? Drew, if you're here, if I don't have YouTube chat on my OBS, make me a mod. Dude, how? Just tell me how. Just text me the instructions. I'll do it right now. Just tell me how. Anyway, back to it. on suspended coasters, which swing for the brake run. Maybe not the brake run, because I know that most of them come into the brake run doing this. But on the lift, especially when it's on an angle, there's like that little trough. It's like a not even a foot wide trough. That there's like a little, the little wheel at the bottom of the suspended coaster. This could be it. We're figuring it out. This is incredible. This is so vibey. Meredith Peterson. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Bro, don't miss. This is so vibey. Do you take donations? Ha ha ha. The Bolt has so much grease on it. Yeah, this wheel does too, except I keep accidentally like grabbing it incorrectly, so I keep getting some of that grease on me. So when I'm mid-course acne course, that's going to be because of a old Arrow wheel. No, it's mine. You're right. It's a very unique opportunity. 2 big coasters. Yeah. Bring your own wrench. Get your own bolts. Yeah. Cut one of one, man. Bring your stuff. Get your own. Get the souvenir that you want. Right? We're not here to just get some shirts from our favorite rides. Let's take a piece of it home with us. There's no easier way to do that than an adjustable wrench, which will fit essentially every size of bolt that you would find on a coaster. Please don't do that. They put Loctite on those. You're going to have to be really strong to get something like that off. PJ, thanks for the Midwest representation. I'm just here, man. Like, you're welcome, but this is just where I live. This is just where I'm at, and this is the cards I was dealt. And I had an opportunity to change that, but we are going to be moving soon. Still here. Still Michigan's Adventure will be my home park. So that is something I'm doubling down on, I guess. So in perpetuity, you can probably expect Michigan's Adventures being a semi-regular thing on this channel. Yeah. So there's that. But so that kind of goes into, it makes it tough for visiting parks, because at this point in my life, it's not like I can just fly to every park in the US or over wherever just to check it out. Because right now, the point, and please, I want feedback. Tell me, do you want more videos like the ones that I'm making, or just like, please just tell me, be honest. John, stop going to Cedar Point. You've been there 4 times. Stop. That's fine. I've essentially exhausted everything that's within like a day drive of me, except for one park, which I will be going to on Sunday, which is Canada's Wonderland. That'll be fun. I'm excited to go to it. At one point I was thinking, hey, I should just hold off Canada's Wonderland until next year because Alpen Fury. But at the quantity that I'm hitting parks, which went from like 1 to 12 in a year, I feel like I'll be able to get to Canada's Wonderland again next year. So that's not a problem. So Canada's Wonderland, that's one of the parks I'm still going to be going to before the season's done. There's a couple more. I'll get into that. Took a whole wheel assembly off of Mako last night. Don't tell anyone. I'm sure no one noticed velocity. Yeah. I mean, that's normal, right? Like the B&M rattle. Where do you think it comes from? You think all the wheels are on those things? I don't know. Future plans. We're getting into them. You should pull up to Camden Park. I really want to hit a few of these like smaller. The thing is, I'm going to have to really figure out a way to do like some. There's a few. The thing about Michigan is it's awkward because it's up. Like it's disconnected from the rest of the mainland. So like you really have to. It's not just like you can go up and through a bunch of states. Like you have to go up then back down to go in and out of it. That's the part that's not great for like road trips. The good part about it is still pretty centralized in the eastern half of the US as far as like east to west, laterally, not vertically. Obviously, we're way up top. Florida, very hard for me to get to, except flying, which we'll get into. This year, so future plans. This year, I am going to hit probably 3 more parks, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe another, but for now, the 2 I know I'm going to be doing is Canada's Wonderland on Sunday, and at some point early in October, so probably 2 weeks from now, Six Flags Fiesta Texas. And that's out of nowhere. I just happened to be in San Antonio for work. And I was like, I would be an actual idiot not to take advantage of that. And for those of you who know the area, you might be like, hey, go check out SeaWorld. That's the other one. That's what may happen. SeaWorld San Antonio. Still figuring that out. SeaWorld's a little pricey. It's a little further from the area that I will be in San Antonio. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think those would be good parks. And I did go to Busch Gardens Tampa this spring before I was doing videos. I love that at the SeaWorld parks or whatever they're called now. I think it's a different name now. I love that you can film on the rides. I would really love to do that. That'd be sick. But yeah, I would love to get to the small ones because those road trips that I can do here from Michigan, I was planning on doing one way over to like through Wisconsin, over to Iowa and Minnesota. So like Wisconsin Dells. What's the park that has the Elvis coaster? It's a bit further north in Wisconsin. Beach Bend, what is it? Help me out. Going like hitting those, hitting Valley Fair, Nickelodeon Universe, Lost Island, and Adventureland. That was going to be one huge road trip. That didn't happen because we're going to be moving soon, and that some of that stuff kind of took priority. But and then the other one was going to be south and do like Indiana Beach, Holiday World, Kentucky Kingdom, Kings Island. And I didn't do that one, but I kind of wound up doing it one at a time. I just kind of kept doing that. Yeah, Bay Beach, zippin' pippin', man. I really want to get on that thing. I would make a whole video just about it. It would be great. Have I ever been to Cannabis Wonderland? I have not. I have not. I also have never been to Canada's Wonderland. But again, Sunday. Favorite ride ever, Trenton Barker. Good question. I go back and forth, and I haven't been on it in a couple of years, but sometimes I think it's Velocicoaster at Universal or at Islands of Adventure. That was just, I love roller coasters, but I love good thematic experiences, and that ride is just the perfect marriage of those two things. Velocicoaster, or Steel Vengeance. I get on it semi-frequently, and it's just a ridiculous ride every single time. Great America. I forgot to say that. That's the other park that I will probably be going to, because it's only a couple hours from me. It's a few hours. That's pretty much the next closest park to me that's not Michigan's Adventure or like Indiana Beach. It's right about that distance from me. And I've been there once, and I didn't ride everything. I didn't get on Demon. I didn't get on X-Flight. There's a few other big rides I didn't. But obviously, it was a year or two ago, so I wasn't making videos. That would be a very fun park to go to and make videos. I'm planning on doing that soon. Camden Park's my home park. Yeah, Camden looks great. Safety instruction poster sticker that's been ripped off. Fun spots, flying scooters, ride. I brought it home and stuck it on my door. Velocity. It's okay. Maybe the people, like if you're riding a flying scooter and you need a safety checklist or something, you probably shouldn't be on a flying scooters ride, right? It's not like that's the most, I don't know. My cat is named Pip after Zippin' Pippin. My cat is named Zazu, and he was right over here, and then he left because I started talking too much. Canada's Wonderland is busy AF. That's what I've heard. And here's the weird conundrum or thing that I experience from pretty often is I'll be like, or I will see people post about it and ask questions, whether it's on like the roller coaster subreddit or just like on forums online or just in comments or whatever. They're like, oh, how busy is Canada's Wonderland going to be on yada yada? And everyone is like, go check queue times, the website. It's like where users can report what they waited in line, and they can harness that data and create like estimations and just rough ideas of how busy any given day will be. Because they've been doing this for years, they can pretty much ballpark any time, how busy that will be. I showed someone like, hey, this Sunday actually looks really chill. It says it's going to be 45% or 50% filled up, which on a normal weekend, like a normal Sunday during the summer, it's like 90% every time. This one looks chill. And so as soon as I share that, then everyone's like, oh, well, you can't trust queue times. You can't trust. So it's just like, do you want me to use it or not? I don't know. But, you know, all the legacy Cedar fairs, you know, you can do the single-use fast lane. So I'll just kind of take Sunday as it goes. And I might wind up grabbing like 1 or 2 of those to get on a few major rides. I don't have a problem not riding everything, especially with this park, because I know I will be back next year to check out Alpine Fury. So it's like if I only get on half the coasters, that is fine by me. It gives me new content for next year and, you know, doesn't put too much financial pressure on me to like buy a fast lane or something. Hey, very random question. What's the orange thing in the background? It's a salt lamp. It's a salt. This has nothing to. This looks like the roller coaster shelf. It sort of is, but it's a salt lamp. I got it from Goodwill, $3. Hold on. Boom. Looks like a rock. There it goes. All right. There's that. Yeah. How much longer will you be streaming? I have no clue. It could be 13 minutes from now. 8 o'clock. Everyone's slowing down. We're all done. I don't know. Maybe it's midnight. It won't be midnight. I'll tell you that. It will not be that late. But don't steal. We want to see the cat. Who told you I have? Oh, I did post him on my story once more. Just borrow permanently. Thanks, Roku. No, busy. I gotta go, but you're still streaming for at least another hour. I will be back. Okay, OT Bot 249. I will look forward to seeing you back in the stream. We want to see the cat. Okay. Do we want to see? Oh, I just said that I had a cat. It's me. He's sleeping. Okay. What are we at? Can I reload this? What are we at? 15 likes. If we get... No, never mind. 15 is good enough. Here's the cat. Zazu. His name is Zazu. Z-A-Z-U from The Lion King. The bird. Look at him. He's so cute. Look at his nose. Oh my goodness. This is my little guy. I know. Hi, buddy. He has 0 roller coaster credits. He has been on 0 rides. Zazie needs to make an appearance in every stream. Probably, honestly. Whenever I'm at like this, my desk area, he just kind of comes up on my lap most of the time, but it's getting a little bit later and he's kind of going full on sleep mode. So if he's over there, he's just kind of knocking out. Anyway, cat stream. How old is he? He's pretty young. We just got him, we got him a year and a half ago, and he was very, very young at that point. So he's like a year and a half old, maybe a little more. Yeah, he's the best. He's the best. Anyway, yeah. So as far as future stuff goes, like I said, probably a few more park videos before this season is completely over. Canada's Wonderland, Six Flags, Great America, and Fiesta Texas. Maybe SeaWorld San Antonio. Again, that one's kind of in the air. So we'll see with that. The thing is, so who's a day one? Raise your hand. Just kidding. You're not going to raise your hand. When I started, the first video I did on here, again, was like sort of an analysis, kind of just like talking through the state of things. It was like a video essay, right? Like I wrote a script and I talked through it. And you can tell if you listen to that video, I sound unbelievably scripted. It's crazy. But I do like initially when I made that, I kind of had in my head, I want to be doing half and half that content and half these vlogs or whatever you want to call them. On my channel, I call them coaster journals because I don't like vlogs because I don't think. Anyway, I wanted it to be half and half. But then I realized when I made that first video, which is about the death of extreme launches, and it just was about Dodompa and accelerators like Top Thrill Dragster. We're just seeing how problematic they were. We're having to tone it down. You know, let's retrofit them with more reliable stuff. We're favoring reliability over, you know, crazy intensity with bad reliability. When I made that, I used everybody's footage. Like, it is all El Toro, Ryan, Airtime Thrills, everyone who allowed me to rip their footage off of the internet, I used it to make that video. And I was like, okay, if I want to make more of these videos, I need to have a healthy catalog of my own footage, because I think that half of my brand, or half of Midcourse Discourse, is how I shoot things. Like, I think that's sort of like both the look, like how I grade them and the warmth and all of that, and just like the way that I shoot things. So when I'm using someone else's shots, and even if I'm talking about something, it's only half of like what makes it mine, I guess. So that's when I just realized I have to go like gun-ho crazy, just go to a lot of parks, shoot a lot of stuff, and eventually I'll be able to use this catalog of footage to be able to make those other videos. So there's plenty of footage that I have that didn't wind up in any of these videos because it's redundant and all of that, that I can use for, you know, just like more video essay or analysis or that sort of thing. So I'm trying to just kind of build up that catalog. That's why I'm going so aggressive right now to try and visit a lot of parks, so that when I'm making those other half of videos, just talking, it's my footage. And for now, when I have one that's been sitting 90% done for a couple months now, and initially I was going to make it right before Top Thrill 2 happened. It's about loose articles policies and like the ways in which different chains and parks navigate loose articles. And like there's some crazy stuff. Like I forget what park it is in Japan. They have like a bin system that like closes with like half of, like whenever they load or unload, it like closes some of it, so it's only half of the storage areas are accessible from the exit side of the, it's crazy. And then there's like Canada's Wonderland, which has Yukon Striker, where the thing goes up and it goes around, like very creative ways that parks are handling loose article policies. Anyway, videos like that I'm going to keep making, and I will be making a lot more of them during the off season because I'm not going to be going to many parks. So this summer was kind of going crazy with the vlogs so that I could also be gathering footage and be able to make those in the future. I have so many video ideas, but I want to be original. It's hard to make videos. That's the thing. I feel like I have unique insights into like rides like Wolverine Wildcat and Shivering Timbers, my home park, because I've been on them so much. And at the same time, I feel like even the fact that there's a few channels like Coaster Studios, Canopy Coaster, just Airtime Thrills even, that have made just videos reviewing rides, I feel like making that content is so redundant. I will just get buried and it's not even worth it to me to make. So I'm trying to figure out what niche I'll kind of fall into outside of vlogs. So we're figuring that out. I found the Indiana Beach video before I went for the first time. That's how I found you. Yeah, man. Like I said, I kind of accidentally wound up at Indiana Beach. That wasn't even planned. I was only there for like 4 hours or something, but that was actually a really fun day. Don't want to make stupid roller coaster reviews that everyone. Yeah, exactly. Velocity, same thing. It's like, how do you stand out? I don't know. Still figuring that out. What do you use to shoot videos? I would show you my camera setup, but I'm using it because I can plug it into my computer and just use it as a webcam. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's a Sony FX30. It's a cinema line camera. It's overkill. If you're just looking to buy a camera to shoot things, don't buy that one. It's too much. This is too much. I do it because I do corporate video work primarily as my job. So I have a decent, all of this stuff. This is mostly fun camera gear up here. Just like look at this. Maybe I'll start doing videos on this. Check this out. This is a Super 8 film. Got it's got 2 lenses. One of them fell out. You got to crank it. Listen to this. Maybe I will do a whole video on this and it will just be a silent film. I don't know. I love camera stuff, but yes, I shoot on an FX30. If you care about lenses, I shoot with the Sigma 18-35 1.8 because it lets a lot of light in and it covers most of the focal range that I need to shoot. I also bring a 70 to 200, which is a big long telephoto lens, and I only use that a couple times per video to get really closer up things. And then I use this guy to get those like old camcorder shots because I thought it would be cool, and I think it is. So I got that for $30 on eBay. It's a Samsung SC MX20 or MCSX20 or SC. It was something 20. Cool. I love it. Is it difficult to color grade your videos? No, I do shoot in a log format, so I'm gonna lose a lot of people right now if I keep talking about tech. But pretty much shooting in log is like shooting in a very not compressed, but a very flat version. So it's like a blank canvas almost. So when you want to do color, you can just do anything with it, but you have to do it. Like, it's like if you shoot a regular colored video, like what you're looking at now, you can pretty much use it just like this. If you're shooting log, you need to color grade it to make it work. But I've been color grading I went to school for film and media production. So it's like, I'm not necessarily amazing at it, but I'm very used to it at this point. I've done client work, I've done, schooling and all this. No, I have presets that I've made that I generally use for most footage. And then most of what I'm doing when I'm editing my footage is just correcting brightness or white balance, because, the sun is always changing and environments always change. Love your videos, the video and audio quality. Thanks, Droko. It is because for my audio, I use a Zoom 32-bit float recorder. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. Yes. Okay, Coast Out, yes. Universal Japan. I don't remember what ride it was. Was it Flying Dinosaur? But they have like where it like opens half of the fence against the wall into the bins. Super creative system. I just feel like anyway, you'll get that video pretty much as soon as I start slowing down on vlogs for this season. I will just release that one and update it as best as I can, because there's so many creative ways to handle the loose articles problem that doesn't involve paying for lockers, or even just even if you're not paying for them, just the inconvenience that using lockers in. Like when I pay my $10 or $15 at Cedar Point to get the all-day movable locker, even if that was free, that is still a big inconvenience that I'm like going back and forth between lockers and rides. It is simply like, it is only because of that I will ride a bunch of rides and then I will shoot them like back to, like I do ride, and then shoot, review. Like I'm having to do it sequentially because I don't want to have to be going between my locker and the ride every time. Like I try to bunch them together a little bit. And there's so many methods that exist. Some are technically complicated, but there are a lot that work that would just make the process a lot easier and not require you to, I don't know. I feel like the current loose articles situation is ridiculous. I feel like we can find a better spot. Claxton, Nick U at Mall of America has these rotating shelves and stuff is only visible for one train at a time. That's the best solution. It's just whatever method you need to do where it's a bin, it's at the station, but before you get on the ride. So it's not like it's going to slow down boarding because you're getting on the ride and then walking past it to put the thing in. Then you got to walk back and step over this person to get to your seat. Just one where you can load your stuff beforehand. So like Yukon Striker, and it's two things. It's speed and it's security. That is it. That is all I care about. And make it free. Don't be dumb. Don't charge me money. That's so ridiculous. Speed and security. We're just overcomplicating things so much. Just give me a system where even the bins work if the ride ops are being good about like opening this trains and closing this one's. Because I don't care if like I get off the train, they open it and everyone could technically grab my camera stuff. I'm fast. I'll get there. I'll see you take it. I'll hunt you down. It doesn't matter. It's just like when it's like 3 open bins the entire time, the ride ops aren't doing anything. I don't want to leave my camera stuff in there just knowing that there's like 2 trains worth of people going to be able to access that in between. I don't know. Anyway, it's a whole rant. I pretty much go off on it the whole video, so look forward to that. We should do a collab video for Beatbox sometimes. If you can get them to sponsor us, I will happily do a collab video for beatbox. That'd be epic. You can transfer 8mm film to MP4. So I've heard. I love the vintage feel. Yeah. Do you have the Sigma or the G Master? I don't think Sigma. Maybe Sigma does have a 70-200, but no, it's not the G Master. It's just the G. So it's the F4, not the F2.8. So it is the cheaper of the Sony 70-200s. The thing is, pretty much F4 just means it's tighter. I can't use it at night. I don't need to hyper zoom in on something when it's pitch dark. I'm probably just not shooting too much anyway. I love this. LOL. Flying dinosaurs. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly where I saw it coast out. I think he had it in a video. I hope Siren's Curse doesn't have a locker system. If it does, I just hope it's reasonable. I hope they figure something out. I don't know. I don't like, because what Six Flags Great Adventure is just putting double-sided lockers on more and more things. Like we just saw it on El Toro, and since they have that same policy on King Dakar and stuff, I'm assuming they're just going to kind of keep doing that. I don't think that's the answer. That's so expensive to maintain and build. I think there's somewhere in the middle, and I don't think we fully have. I think a few parks have realized that, but I think for the majority, they haven't. And my biggest problem is like big parks, big chains. There's no stratification. It is all, you go to Cedar Point, and if you have no context of loose articles, like you're going to have so many different experiences. On a bunch of rides, you'll be able to put your loose articles in a bin. Okay, you go to other rides like Millennium Force or Maverick, or not Maverick. Maverick does have bins, never mind. Go to Millennium Force or whatever. And it's like, you can't bring loose articles. You have to rent a locker, but you can have things in your pockets. Like you can have your phone and your keys as long as it's in a pocket. You just can't have like a bag or something, right? There's no bins to put the bag in. You have to figure that out beforehand. So that's a separate thing from just the bins that you can just put stuff in. And now you have Top Thrill 2, where it's like, okay, you can't bring anything. And that's like Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance, like, okay, you can't bring anything, but at least at Steel Vengeance, we'll give you a solution. Put your phone and keys in this thing. But then you go to Top Thrill, and it's like, okay, you can't bring any of that stuff, just like Steel Vengeance, but you also have to pay money to put it away. It's just, there needs to be consistency, and that's my biggest problem with it. Anyway, I'm done talking. I've been on this for like 10 minutes. This is ridiculous. There's a whole video. It's coming soon. I'm just waiting until I stop making vlogs for the year to kind of push that sort of stuff out. Air tags. I have my camera backpack filled with air tags. If someone takes it, it's a chase. It'll be a whole movie. It's like a chase, Jason Bourne type chase. All right, it's gonna be crazy. Cedar Point is a different policy for almost every ride. Exactly, Claxton. I got my glasses stolen because the ops were too slow. Someone took my glasses. That's tough. Exactly. Prescription. Steel Vengeance has onboard zipper pockets for a year or two. Good idea, bad capacity. Yeah, I liked how Velocicoaster has the lockers. Every ride at BG Dub. Was that the case at Busch Gardens Tampa? I don't remember. I do not remember if that's the same. Sigma does have the 70-200, which is what I might purchase. Yeah, River, for me, it's like I have the 18-35 1.8, so I would probably replace my 70-200 with the 50-100, because that's also 1.8. Because then I can use both, even though it's not as much reach, I could use both of those even in like the darkest environments, and that'd be cool. And then essentially I would just have two lenses plus the camcorder I bring everywhere. Bring Zaz back. He keeps falling asleep, and then I keep... sleeping. Okay. Trip ideas. I think we live in the same area. Claxton. I would assume we do, because we keep talking strictly about Michigan's adventure. So I would assume that we probably do. Yeah. Like I said, I pretty much had two main trips. Well, I had 3 trips. So I had going west of me, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, all that. That was one trip, like 6 parks or something. And then I was going to do a New York, New Jersey trip that I would fly to New York. I have couple friends in New York, so staying there would be fine. Car would be fine. And that would be, you know, what you'd expect. It would be like Great Adventure, Hershey Park, Dorney, Knoebels. You know, if we're feeling crazy, New England or Darien Lake, I don't know. That one got canned. That sort of trip got canned just because of how financially how things are going right now. So next year, look forward to it. Want to know something crazy? Check this out. This is crazy. Hey, everyone, like the video, like my video, because not your normal guy. What's up? We got Trent here. I would say, you know, check him out, subscribe, but you all are already subscribed to Trent, so no need to do that. But check this out. This is sick. This is super cool. Where was I? New Jersey. Look at this. Sorry, I gotta lower my brightness because this camera's so bright. This is me standing under King Dakar. This is me under King Dakar. This was last September. Want to know something else crazy? I've never ridden it, and I've never been inside of the park. Boom. So last year I went to New York, and we were going to do Hershey and Six Flags, but things changed, so we were only going to do Six Flags. This was like this time of year at the Midwest parks where it's just weekend only. But Six Flags Great Adventure was also doing Mondays, tagged on to like Friday, Saturday, Sunday was a Halloween event, and Monday was just like a, you know, less hours, but it was open. And we bought tickets and we went, and it was drizzling in the morning. You're like, this is fine. I've been to a bunch of Six Flags parks, or a couple, in way worse conditions than this. And we get there, and the sign said it was closed. So I checked Facebook, and the park posted like 50 minutes before it opened that they were going to close because the rain. And it was like the rain was such an on and off drizzle. It was ridiculous. So it totally was just because the park knew they wouldn't be profitable that day. So they closed. Like, I've been to so many parks that operated. I rode the Voyage in triple the rain that was happening there all day. So it was like, clearly they're closing it just because, not because they can't open things, but because they know it probably wouldn't make them money today. And that's so, oh man, that made me bummed out. Six Flags moment. Exactly. Exactly. Kinnicallic's so good from every angle. That was the thing. So we pulled into that turnaround parking lot, and it was just straight under the ride, and that made me so sad. How did you get this out? No, it was just, yeah, it was just like when they told us to, because here's the thing. I'm there, like it was Paul, my buddy Paul. If you saw my video from the last day of Snake River Falls, it's that Paul. We were both at Six Flags ready to go. And the lady at the gate, she's just like, oh yeah, they decided to close the park today, but you can still do the drive-through zoo or animal thing. I was like, no. It's like $40 or something, and I wanted to ride. And she was like, you were really gonna come out here and ride the roller coasters while it's like drizzling and rainy? And I was like, yes, that is what I do. That's why I'm here. So, we really had to convince her that we didn't want to do the animal stuff. Like, I'm sure it's good, but that was not why we were there. And they had us turn around in like an employee lot or something. It was right behind King Dakar, so that's why I was there. Hey, genuinely love the lo-fi. This is H3 Music. Check out H3 Music on YouTube. He makes completely royalty-free stuff. I think even if you want to like use it for music, like put your vocals over it and stuff. Super cool guy. I've been following him forever. Fully royalty-free. Love his stuff. This is just a mix of all of his lo-fi stuff. So check out H3 Music. He's awesome. I love it too. Very scummy. Velocity. That's the thing. It's like, I get it. You weren't going to make money that day. And I know that because it was like 4 of us. There was like 4 of us who got turned away. So I know there was going to be absolutely nothing going on at the park that day. But also it's like, you got to take the losses with the wins, you know? I don't know. That park gets perfect attendance on most weekends. Like, you can handle a day where you're getting a little less, where you're losing a little money. Because I know on the days where you're making money, you're getting a bunch, dude. Yeah, Paul the Goat. It is. He is Paul the Goat. So, yeah, I will be visiting him next year. And we'll be doing that. We'll be giving it another try. A little Great Adventure, Hershey, Dorney. All that, and probably, here's another thing. So as soon as that happened and we couldn't get on it, I was like, hey, let's go to Nickelodeon Universe because it's indoors, and they wouldn't close because of bad weather. They didn't, but this was also 3 days after Shellraiser closed in October or November or September or whatever. Boom. It was not all the crazy support problems it's having right now. It just valleyed. That was it. It operated like a day or two before we were there, and it just valleyed. It was just sitting there. So we didn't get on Shellraiser. We did Shredder and the other ones, the half pipe. Sandy's wasn't open, so it was just like, oh man. We just kind of did the same like 3 roller coasters over and over and over that day. Michigan's Adventure is open on Wednesday, and there's 43 cars in the lot. Claxton, that's the thing though. They just have Corkscrew and Zach Zoomer open, right? Coaster-wise. If they had Shivering Timbers, I would be there right now. I'd be there right now. But anyway, yeah. So I'll probably try and get on Shellraiser if it's open, because like when I go next year, because the problem is I don't think that park is going to be here that long. I think if you are trying to get to Nickelodeon Universe and get on Shellraiser and stuff, do it in like the next couple of years, because genuinely, that place is not profitable. I feel like it has to be supported by the Minnesota park, and I don't see that thing being here long term. So get there. It is run like it's this. They're making this circle of like no one's coming to the park. Okay, why are they not coming? 2 reasons. 1, you are charging $60 to ride like 3 remaining roller coasters, right? Because the big ones are closed. Okay, that's one problem. 2, 1, the rides aren't even open. 2, the prices are bad. And so you're creating this effect where like, okay, how do we get more people to come? Open your rides, but they don't care about like servicing the rides quickly, because even when it valleyed, it took months for it to get back open. Now that it has the structure issues, it's like it's going to be forever. So I don't know. They're like, oh, we're not going to fix things because no one's coming. Well, no one's going to come if you don't fix it, right? So it's just like this perpetual cycle, and it's just not a well-run park. I would really urge you, as soon as Shellraiser opens, get there, because I don't think it's going to be here for long. That guy, 3 days. Yeah, would you survive a roller coaster in a straight hailstorm? No, I didn't think I was going to survive the Voyage or Millennium Force, the 2 rides I've done in the rain. Neither of those felt survivable, but here we are. I survived Flight Deck in normal weather, so probably, yeah. Surviving Flight Deck in just regular living conditions is a miracle. I bought Carowinds Fast Lane and was only able to ride Fury once. It never gave us a refund. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like 90% of the time I'm in love with the parks, and sometimes it's just like I give that place maybe 3 more years. They got to do something. They have to restructure the entire like leadership. Like they have to shake everything up. Something's got to happen there, because it is not about to happen on its own. Yeah, that place is not on any sort of trajectory. I think the mall in general expected a lot more of a turnout. Maybe that was COVID. Maybe it was everything where people just aren't going. And if they are going, you need to be charging like $3, $4, $5 a ride, not making me buy a $70 wristband. It's insane. It's so dumb. Am I caught up mostly on the chat? How was Fury? Fury's good. Me too. Know what we're saying. Anyway,
It's an hour and 15 minutes into this thing, and I've just been talking. If you have any questions just about me, about my content, about things, I don't care. Ask them. Please, let's talk. Let's hang. Otherwise, check this out. Boom. You didn't see that coming. Can you hear the game at all? Is it too loud? We can play... Hold on. There you go. Over here. We can play Planet Coaster. We can play a little Planet Coaster. But only if it's something that we should do. I don't want to have this detract from... What's my social security number? It ends in a 2. There you go. That's your hint. Go crazy. I'll be dropping a new number within the soch every 1,000 subscribers I get. I don't know. I'm glad I went in October. I got to ride all the rides. Dude, yeah, it was like that initial, right when it opened and everything was running. Oh, man. No, I like talking. Here's the thing. We can talk, man. Velocity, we can talk. We can talk, and I can build some coasters at the same time. I am multifaceted that way. But we don't have to. It's just an option. I was just throwing it out there, just letting the people know. Claxton, yes, $70. And the thing is, I think they have gone back and forth on whether they have a paper ride system. I think they started with, then they went without, and I don't remember if they've gone back to having a paper ride system, but that is necessary. When you're in a mall, your target demo is people who are just there already. You're not going to get them into an amusement park for a full day. You're just going to try and get them on a ride or two for a couple bucks. Like, do that. I don't know. So dumb. Whoever had that idea, not there. Explain shooting in log. Jonas, call me. I will. There's 24 people watching this. If I explain logarithmic format for shooting video, we'll be down to at least 12, probably less. Where do you live on the weekends? I live exactly where I am right now, in Michigan. I'm in Michigan. I'm in West Michigan, so pretty much, like, if you're in Detroit, if you're in that area, you're pretty much really close to Cedar Point, but where I'm at, it's like, I'm basically the same distance from Six Flags, Chicago, and Cedar Point. What's your favorite flat ride? I'm sorry, the chat isn't this behind. I'm just really slow to get to it, so I'm sorry if I'm reading your things from like 3 minutes ago. Velocity, what's your favorite flat ride? I thought it was the Frisbees, like Max Air and that sort of thing. I haven't been on on any of the Giga, are they Discoveries? The Zamperla ones. I've heard those are good. I've heard the Intamin ones are good. But after Serengeti Flyer, and this year I did like 5 rides on Skyhawk, Screamin' Swings are by far my favorite. Those things, every time I ride them, I get a little more scared, which is weird because I'm not really nervous about any roller coasters or any rides except Star Flyers, Wind Seekers, those are kind of the same thing, and Screamin' Swings. Kind of nuts, kind of crazy. Steel Current, Shellraiser, TT2. It's been a year, man. It's been a year. Okay, play. We're gonna play. Don't worry. Building coasters sounds like fun. Hi, Bessica. Welcome back. West Michigan represent. West is best. West side, best side. You feel me? I live 5 miles from Kings Island. Yo, we got Zooter Loopers in here. Everyone, if you're not subscribed, which again, it's the same thing as with Trent. If you're subscribed to me, you are definitely subscribed to Zooter Loopers, but check him out. He is on another level of cranking out just insanely solid quality content. Great stuff. Love it. Sky coasters. I haven't been on one, and I promised myself I would ride one this year, and I didn't, and I will do it someday. Big Loop. What's up, guys? I love Max Air. Yeah, what's your favorite park? Zooter is a W. Yo, can you send me the Mako picture, Zooter Loopers? Please. Velocity would love the Mako picture. Velocity, you were in Zooter's stream that one time, right? When he was doing Penguin Trek? Kind of swung in the back, said hi. That's cool. Yeah. Coast out. Favorite park. It's weird. I have 3 for all very, very different reasons. Yeah, Skyhawk and Serengeti Flyer, they're basically the same thing. It's at this point, parks keep opening the tallest of them, but it's only by like 3 feet every time. So technically Serengeti's a tiny bit taller than Skyhawk, and the new one at Hershey's going to be a tiny bit, but it's all within like 10 feet. Yeah, there's not much there. But I would say Cedar Point, if we're just talking straight coasters, give me Cedar Point all day. If you're just setting me loose in a park, unlimited rides on every Cedar Point in a heartbeat. Love it. Awesome. 2, Islands of Adventure. Because like I said, I love theming. I love that sort of thing. And Islands of Adventure does a fantastic job. I love Harry Potter. I love Jurassic Park. Like, it is perfect. And I know a lot of enthusiasts are like very... your favorite stuff has to be thrill stuff, but like Hagrid's is probably in my top 5. I just think they have such solid experiences there. So well-rounded. And then the middle of the ground between those, Cedar Point, just thrills roller coasters. Islands of Adventure, really good thematics and all that. Boom, right in the middle, Silver Dollar City. Good theming, great rides, amazing park. It's perfect. That might be my number 1. It's right in the middle of like those 2, as far as it's not just roller coasters, but they definitely have a lot more thrill stuff going on than, you know, Disney and Universal parks. So one of those 3, take your pick. Depends on the day. Have you been to Dollywood? Yeah, it's been a while. I think I've gone twice, and one was the year Lightning Rod opened, and then it was like it was like 2 years later or something. I love it there. I think I like Silver Dollar City a little more, vibe-wise, ride. Like I just like it a little more. Yo, Outdoor Amusement, thanks, man. Yeah, I take inspiration for Zooter. He's insane. He's kind of ridiculous. Like, one thing about Zooter, again, if you're not following Zooter Loopers, follow him. He has a very, the energy is there, and I don't always feel like I have that, but also he's just banging out content. Like shorts, and the shorts. Go to his Instagram or his YouTube shorts and look at the, what are they called? I don't know if he's still here, but the, not the vibe. The essence. He has like an essence series, so it's like the essence of Velocicoaster, the essence of, you know, the New York Luna Park, and it's just like beautiful cinematics, well cut together. It's amazing. Go check him out. I love him. He's great. I'm very inspired by him. Giga Sky Coaster, fun spot. Yeah, that is. Yeah, some of those rides at Fun Spot seem ridiculous. Revenge of the Mummy is number 1. Not too intense, fun and amazing experience. Yeah, I did Revenge of the Mummy, but I don't remember it that well. So I really want to get on it again. I remember loving it, but I just don't have enough context to like rank that correctly. Powder Keg Thunderation, it's not even close. I might put Adventure Express at Kings Island above it, but I don't think I do. I think Thunderation is still my favorite Aero Mine Train. Just off the walls, janky, crazy, awesome. I love it. It's so goofy. I love it. But that being said, Powder Keg is just an amazing ride. Yeah. Like the launch, SNS launches, fantastic. Then the first 2 hills of Powder Keg feel like a hyper, like just straight B&M hyper airtime. Just maybe even more. Fantastic. The last like third of the ride, the last part before you hit the lift hill and then the lift hill and everything, it's kind of lame, but that first, just the launch and the first 3 elements are next level. I love Powder Keg. That is like one of my, like, it's not guilty pleasure, but like that's probably something I would unreasonably rank high. Like I would put that very high in my rankings. Not top 10, but very close. Maybe top 10. I just finished binge watching your videos. Dude, stop. You're cinematic and amazing. Hey, or your cinematics are amazing. Thank Zooter, man. I mean, we'll chop it up soon. I have a season pass to Busch Gardens Tampa. Just saying. It was cheaper for me and my wife to go to Busch Gardens Tampa off of 1 season pass with the guest ticket instead of 2 tickets. So until like April or something, I am a season pass holder. So Frontier Airlines flies direct from here to Tampa for like $90. So one of these days I'll be down there. So let's make something happen. That'd be sick. Sony the glass. Yeah, man. I'm about the quality. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna nerd out for a sec. We're good. Adventure Express. Favorite mine train. Yeah, I really liked... Adventure Express and Thunderation are both like the same in that they just... It's like you'll be laughing at how ridiculously like too much it is. Like how fast it's going in this old janky way. And it just keeps going. And they both have like the mid... You know, you're halfway through the ride and it does the lift. I was super shocked at Adventure Express. So I did ride it for my first time when I did the Kings Island video. I just didn't include it because I did it in the video because I did it right at the end and I was ready to go. I just had to go. But it had no wait, so I did it. I didn't like know any, and I try not to spoil rides for myself, but I usually do on accident because my Instagram reels and stuff is just completely full of POVs. It's insane. I didn't realize Adventure Express, spoiler, you haven't been on it, you're gonna go on it. Just go hang out over here for a minute. Just go hang out over there. Just go to that screen. Stay there. I didn't realize it had 2 lifts. I thought I had 1. So I assumed it was like the one at Silver Dollar City. I thought Adventure Express was ending very early, and it wasn't. It was just gonna keep going. So that was super cool. And I like the little animatronic dudes that are doing this the whole time. I was doing that. I was dancing. I visited alone and I was dancing. Powder Keg is awesome. 600 subscribers. Wow, guys. 7 subscribers. I've been stuck. Want to know a secret? I had 582 subscribers after the Snake River Falls video had hit its couple hundred views. And then I lost 3 subscribers. I was down to 280 because I gained 1 in there. I lost 3 from the Hollow Weekends video. I don't know what I did. Okay, full transparency. I applied for the Creator Day. I got accepted. I went. I shot it. Cedar Point didn't tell me what to say. In fact, Drew told me this. I don't think I was supposed to film in the houses, like the haunted houses. No one told me that. Maybe it was in a document somewhere. I didn't read it. It wasn't like a paid thing where I was lying. I just said it how it was, and I lost 3 subs, so I don't know what was up with that. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I was at, what am I at? 587. Super cool. You're saying 591. Thank you. Thank you all for checking it out. Frontier sucks. It's literally the only flight. I'm used to Frontier and Spirit at this point. If this is the hobby I'm in, like, my wife and I got stupid delayed on the way out of MCO coming back Frontier. But at the end of the day, I'm paying $90 for a round trip. Come on. And I bought this bag. I bought a bag that perfectly fits the personal item on Spirit and Frontier. Like, I have it to a T, exactly what I can bring on those flights. So I like American as like much as the next guy. Delta, love it. I'm a Delta whatever member. I have a lot of miles with them. I will be able to do more flights with them at some point, but right now, $90 flights, that's where it's at. That's just where I'm at. Play the game. That's what I'm doing. Knees in the chin, man. 6'1", knees in the chin on those planes. Have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? It is the truth. Frontier sucks. I could go there. But sometimes it's a necessary suck. I think we can agree on that. You're not going to buy the worst, cheapest food all the time. But sometimes you need, you need the 25-cent ramen. Sometimes, I just go with Alaska. Yeah, I like Alaska Airlines. I've flown with them once. They're great. Spoiler Reno's next couple years, one of the videos I want to do is that there's one main roller coaster in Alaska, and one of my best friends lives in Alaska, so I will really be trying to go to the Alaska State Fair. I think it's Cyclone. Maybe it's not. Every Zyklon Galaxy or whatever is called Cyclone. I don't think it is. It's something else. Someone tell me, what's the Anchorage State Fair's roller coaster called? Get back to me on it. Frontier prices are unbeatable. Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm stuck between. The thing is, I will never justify it. I don't ever think I'll be at a point where it's like, I want to go to this park. I might as well do a Delta flight. You know why? Because a Delta flight costs 3 times as much. So let's say me flying to Florida right now, $90, Frontier, boom. Or Delta, $250, let's say. That difference, the $160, that $160 difference is enough to get me into Universal and food for the day. Like, of course I'll sit uncomfortably and maybe get a delayed flight for a couple hours to go for like it's such a non-question to me. I don't know. I'm sure as I get old. Aftershock. Droko, did you just change your logo? Drew, did you just change the logo back from Halloween? But yes, Aftershock. I just never fly Spirit. That's the thing. It's all a dice roll. Here, I got to use the bathroom. I'm going to be back in 35 seconds. I will wash my hands. After that, we're playing Planet Coaster. Enjoy my intro song. I've just been talking to no one. I hope you all have incredibly good lip reading skills. I don't even know what I just broke down, man. I was talking for a minute. People are texting me. I'm getting texts right now about the fact that I'm muted. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know. Here's the thing. New to OBS. Check this out. You can hear me still, okay? I didn't realize if I muted my mic on this screen that it would also mute on this screen and this screen. I thought it was all individual. I thought this was all its own thing. No. Anyway. Now you're back. I know. And here's the thing. Zooter just spoiled it all for everyone. We're building the Exocoaster mine train. So what do we do? What do we do? Do we just do a new sandbox? Do we continue with the career? I'm like sort of close to done with it, but I'm not really. We could just do a new sandbox and just make some stuff. We could try to accomplish challenges, but here's the thing about the challenges. The challenges are all dumb. It's like make a really cool ride. Boom, done. 1 star. To get the other 2 stars, it's like make sure that your guests are this happy and that they get this much food and your shops and merch make this much money. I don't care. It's not Planet Shops. It's Planet Coaster. Delete the mic channel from the scene. I mean, as long as we can hear me now, we're good. New Sandy. Sandbox. Okay, we're hopping in. I think I'm going to move me to the other side. Hold on. Sandbox. Okay, vote. Go. Where are we? Tropical, desert, grasslands, alpine, deciduous, Arctic city. Don't say city. Custom. I'm not doing custom. I don't know how to do that. I've never done it. Just tell me. I lost 4 people while I was peeing. I was so quick. I somehow lost all of you. Where are we going? I'm going deciduous unless anyone tells me otherwise. Which Claxton just did. Claxton. That one's for you. Arctic looks 6. Arctic. Okay. Coaster stream, not P stream. True. Arctic. What are we naming it? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to ask for everything. What are we naming it? Hey, at 1,000 subscribers, I'll give away this. Cedar Point. I'll give him away at 1,000. I don't know. I'm losing people and I don't know what to name it. What do I name the park? Help. Midcourse Park Course. Done. Start new. Here we go. Planet Coaster. In case you're just joining, or in case I haven't introduced myself, I'm John. And we're going to be doing some Planet Coaster because I've just been talking for like an hour and 45 minutes. So we might as well do something different. How's that? I don't know why I thought you were going to pick up the cat. Arctic. Okay, what are we making? I don't know how to... Hold on. Give me one moment. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I think I accidentally just figured out how to... If you don't see your stream, try refreshing. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to do a poll. A poll would be so cool, wouldn't it? Okay, it's not working. Whatever. No poll for us. No poll. Create custom. Let's go. What do we want? We got standard, wooden and hybrid, launched, suspended, wing, special. I'm kind of feeling a launch. But I want a good... What are we making? We have to be making something for a good reason. Got to be making something for a good reason. Zooter Loopers is amazing. Trent, I've been saying this. You're amazing, Trent. Thanks for showing me where all the entrances to the Hollow Weekends things are. And the Express Hotel at Cedar Point. Wacky Worm. Is that a special? Standard. What is it? What are these called? The ones with the super long trains? Starts with a Z, doesn't it? Not Z. Oh, man. I'm out of the loop. Wacky worm. Maybe we can do a wacky worm. The wackiest of worms. The wackiest. Are we going to do a wacky worm? That's what we're doing here today. Wood just launched. Do we like launches? What do we want? What are we feeling? And what is this? Is this the one of one ever made? I'm so bad with names right now. Giovanola. Is this the Giovanola invert? Yeah, Zirier. Okay, 19. I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing you, guys. We're taking too long. We're doing this. Wackiest of worms. You heard it here first. Look at that station. Let's get some paths up in here. Is the music there's no music? Is that fine? Because there's certain elements in this game that have music. So I don't want to have music going while the game is going to do music, because that's just going to get very, very, very chaotic. Arrow SLC as tumor intended with a corkscrew. We're going wacky worm. We're starting with the wackiest of worms. That's what I heard. There it is. I mean, it's not a wacky worm. Hey, guys, feel free to ask non-Planet Coaster related things while I'm doing this, because I want to preface this. I'm not good at this game, Planet Coaster. I do it for fun, and we're not going for hyper realism here. We're going for the general idea. So if by the end of this you get the general idea of what we were aiming for, we've succeeded. Don't be critiquing my banking and stuff, you know. Life's too short to complain about banking. Let's get her testing. Do we play some tunes? I can. Okay, we'll keep the tunes going, I guess. Oh. Boom. Can you hear it? Does the lo-fi continue? Do we keep that? This is wild. In what scenario do you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I mean, I can just look. 16. 32 passenger train for that kids coaster is kind of fire. Klaxon I am. It is just how it is. I think the mouse and keyboard is much more friendly. Oops, I thought I zeroed that out. On the hands, and I think using a controller to try and figure this stuff out is just insane. 30-degree incline. Fire. Fire. How high can we go? Okay, why? Why is like the best auto support structure that Planet Coaster has? Why is that for the kids coaster? You need headphones. Just someone tell me if the music is like too loud or too quiet or something. I can hear the game. I have it going through my speakers and it shouldn't really be picking up here. Hyper worm? Giga worm? Hyperworm or Gigaworm? Can we Gigaworm? We can. Magnum worm. Dawn to dusk. I can. We will be riding this. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty. Okay, hold on. Before we go further, I need color scheme. Color scheme input. Everyone, what color should the track be? Go now. Tell me, please. Please. And then specify. Track supports. Track supports. What colors? Please tell me. We'll figure out the cars later. That's not it's not a worry. It's not a worry I'm having right now. I'm not gonna lie. Not in love with the Is there some setting that I have confusing? Or did Frontier just never expect? Did they just never expect that someone would do this? So they didn't even put a height limit on the kids coaster because they were like, no one's gonna. It was a board meeting, you know? What rides do we need a height limit on? And they're like, definitely not this. Yellow, blue. Number 783. Track yellow supports green. I got 2 yellows, so track's going yellow. Track's going yellow. For show, for show. Sorry, camera's all funky. There you go. Track yellow. Oh, that is like an offense to the eyes. This is like... This is good. Okay. Supports? Green... I don't know if I could do a Hyperion drop on this. Excuse me. Wait, I can do a Hyperion drop. I can't do a Hyperia drop. Supports. I heard green. We're just going to kind of do a little more of a chill green. There we go. And so we continue. And so it continues. Let's keep going. Exa. I heard Exa at one point. It's 5. Guys, is there something wrong with my game? Like, I swear I've never been able to do this. We're done. Hold on. I need to sort of be able to complete this ride. I will never complete it if it's like 600 feet tall. Giga. Can we meet in the middle? Tallest Giga? Taller than Fury 325? Can we meet there? Okay. This is... We can do a 30-degree... Is there anything... Oh, no. Guys, it's not... I don't have it on a computer, so I can't do mods that would allow me to... change this. Game settings. Disable track limits. This might, I don't know if it's going to help us with this in the steepness category, but we're about to find out. Oh, we're good. We are good. Let's see if we can, let's see if we can do the Hyperia drop. Probably a good amount of banking offset, honestly, for the spiral. I mean, it gets vertical pretty quick, but we got time. Ooh. Ooh! That's tough. Wow. Here, hold on. Why is it set like this? Hold on. I'm sorry. Normally, I have it set to, the rotation has to be divisible by 15 degrees, and I don't have that on currently. Angle snap. It's 11.25. Yeah, that's fine. There it is. Hold on. I'm just gonna go 0. Okay, we're just gonna go 0. $30 with the drop. Maximum length. Boom. Same thing. Again. This would cause you so much pain and anguish. Yikes. All right, maybe the Hyperia drop. Maybe that's not. We'll curve it. Let's take the banking offset back a little bit. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. Perpetually 10 a.m. There we go. Why am I going vertical? Hold on. Beyond? Not beyond. Oh, we'll dig that. We'll dig it out. Speed hill. Hold on. Guys, feel free. Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk, man. Feel free to toss some stuff in here. This is just like, let's have something to do in the background, you know? While we're making this absolute offense to everything of the natural world. Yeah, feel free to just, let's talk. If you got questions, if you got something to say, let it rip. Don't feel like we got to be locked here in Planet Coaster land. What am I excited for in Planet Coaster 2? I am actually really excited for the for like the switch tracks, drop tracks, all that. Here, I got a quick make. Gotta speed it up. Oh, a big whopping 4. That's a lot. All right, let's give it a ride. Let's just see where we are at. River, what made... Okay, hold on. We'll get to these. But first... $400-foot drop on a wacky worm. Buzz bar. That is tight. This is a lot. This section right here. That's quite a bit. There's quite a bit going on right there. Yeah, and you're experiencing that incredible drop with a shared... Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's an individual restraint system, which is clearly still not meant for something of this scale. Photography and videography, I don't know. I grew up watching a lot of... not a lot of like YouTubers, but a lot of like... I don't know, YouTubers who focused on filmmaking and stuff, like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, and so at some point I kind of knew that that's what I like found cool. Hold on, we can do better than this. What are we doing? Hold Yeah, and at some point in there, I it was probably like 13, 14, something. I was like, okay, I would love to start making videos. So I just made videos like for fun, hang out with friends on YouTube and stuff. And then like when I was 16, I realized, whoa, you can do this as a job. It's not just fun. You can like, people are like doing film and media stuff as a job. And that was crazy to me, to my little brain. This is a very small hill. We're going to I-305 this, kind of just have it do the turn and then keep going up. Are we still turning? We are. Are we done banking yet? Shoot. Yeah, and so like when I was 16 or whatever, I realized that, and I shot a couple weddings. I started as this thing's a little quick. The back seat would be ridiculous on this. Yeah, and I kind of, at some point in high school and then obviously into college, I realized that it was kind of film or bust for me. Like, I needed something that tactile. I love the idea of creating stories. I love doing what I do right now, but like, I loved the idea of doc style stuff, just documentaries, just like telling stories that are out there that haven't been told. I don't know. It was such a cool concept and idea to me. And I pretty much knew I needed to do that in school or it wouldn't work for me. So did that. And I've been an enthusiast. This goes into PJ's question. Yeah, I kind of became an enthusiast like when I was like 10, 11, or 12, somewhere in there. Like I really started caring about roller coasters. Let's overbank this, 100%. Little hefty on the bank, not gonna lie. Not going to lie. Little crazy on the bank. Maybe a little wave turn. Yeah, it was somewhere in there. I was like 10, 11, 12. I like started being like, wow, roller coasters are so cool. And it was a lot more recently, like a year or two ago, I was like, shoot, well, I really like making videos and I'm decent at it. And I really like roller coasters. So why don't I make videos about roller coasters? And that's been floating in my head for a really long time. But, you know, you're always making excuses and telling yourself, you know, oh, I'm not going to do it now because of this. And, the stars aligned with that whole Indiana Beach thing, I guess. And made that video, really enjoyed it. And at some point in there, I was like, okay, well, I need to keep making videos because now people expect me to. And that's why we're here right now, today, making a 367-foot wacky worm. I'd ride that. Tay, I don't know if I would. I'm going to be honest. I saw you at Cedar Point last week. Was it Friday? The Halloween's Creator Day was that day. If you saw me, do feel free next time to come up and say hi. I love that stuff. Not like talking to fans or something, just like, I don't know. I'm usually at amusement parks alone. On Friday, I was hanging out with Drew and Yoko. That was super cool. But if you ever see me at a park, there's a good chance I'm just soloing it. Feel free to come say hi. Okay, this thing's a little ridiculous. Can we? I think it's time to give it a ride. River, I want to create cinematic content with some vlogs in the future after I grow my Insta stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, wow. Oh, you're unconscious from that turn. Dude, it's making like noises. Oh my gosh. The train is buckling. There it goes. Wow. But yeah, River, I don't know. Keep the Instagram thing going. Do that. But also, it's just like, for me, I was like, for years, I was like, oh, I would love to do, like, I'd watch like Coaster Studios or El Toro Ryan and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, I could make videos and stuff like that. And it's like, I kept telling myself at some point, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to do it. And I just sat on that for so long. One of my film professors always said, done is better than perfect, because you're just going to kill yourself over like waiting until the moment's right to start doing something or to make something. And like, if I would have started making these coaster YouTube videos a couple years ago, I would be at an incredible place right now. Like, having hundreds of videos made me tons of experience, like a network within the park community. Like, and it was just like, So I don't know. If it's something you're interested in doing, like making, dude, that has to hit like, hold on, like negative wild G's. Hold on. But if it's something on your radar, I'm a big proponent of doing now. If you think you're going to want to make vlogs, don't wait until your other channels are at a certain point, or till you have this camera, or till you feel like this, or this thing happens in the park community. Just do it. I don't know. There's no better time than the present. Check this out. Vertical G-forces. As it hits the bottom of the drop, we're hitting a peak of 6.5, followed by negative 3.5, followed by 7. I mean, this is like 6, 1. I mean, that was the first reasonable thing. This is wild. Yeah, hold on. That's my feedback. If you're thinking about doing videos or vlogs or cinematic stuff or whatever, don't wait, just do it. Just start. No one's going to watch my first 10 videos. The videos I have on my channel right now, if people subscribe 5 years down the line and I have a ton of viewers and a ton of subscribers, they're not watching these videos. But I still learned and grew from these videos. So just do them, because like, you can't progress. You can't just start at like A tier, you know? I'm starting at like C tier. And so that I hope I can build and like be A tier in my videos and stuff. But like, I don't know. You won't get there unless you start. That's my advice. Just do it. Who cares? Who cares? Don't care what people think. Just send it. Intimate Wacky Worm. I don't know. I don't know if Intimate ever did negative 3.5 and 7 positive G's on the same ride. Had fun making faceless TikToks and YouTube shorts. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying, is like, just, it's such a nuanced space. Just find the content that like you think fits you. And for me, it's somewhere in the middle. Like, these vlogs are one thing, this stream is another, and like I have that whole faceless analysis video essay sort of thing going on, and that will pick up soon. It's just like, find what you like doing and do it. I don't know. What is it called? Analysis paralysis. Just don't get stuck waiting and thinking about it. I'm only waiting because of school. I'm going to parks over the rest of the year and then during breaks. Working on it. Yeah. Do what you can. Do what you can. But do it. Have you ever wanted to be a ride op? Velocity. I thought it would be cool. I've never had like at some point I think I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. But I'm like, still, like, Michigan's Adventure is my home park, but it's still an hour away. It was never practical. I thought it would be really cool. I did have, there was a few years there I was like, I would love to be the dude who's like, you know. Appreciate fans. Our females just want to be good. Times one true. Let's go. Have a nice ride here. You know, whatever. I thought that would be sick. I practiced it. And then I realized some other jobs I've had at places I enjoyed, when you work there, you kind of see behind the curtain and it's a little less magical. So I didn't want to do that to amusement parks because I like them so much. And I understand I would know a lot more about them and it would probably be a great experience. Just didn't line up. And I'm okay remaining a consumer rather than peeking behind the curtain and being like, oh, this isn't that great of a thing going on. So Wilderness Run is the closest intimate wacky worm there is. Was that Junior Gemini? Is that what Junior Gemini was? Guys, I don't know about this one. The Giga Wacky Worm. To be fair, this was a bold speed hill. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that you don't come with me. To be fair, I thought that this would be a chill speed hill, and this is like the most ejectory speed hill that exists. I gotta flatten this thing like there's no tomorrow. But anyway, let's finish the layout. And it's been 2 hours, so hey, all 15 of you who are still here, thank you so much for checking this out. I'd assume most of you are subscribed if you've been sitting with me in a room for 2 hours. But if you haven't, make sure to check out the channel. I like to think you might enjoy my videos. Give them a try. Try them on for size. We got, I don't know, because I'm streaming pretty late now, but I was hoping to potentially tomorrow have a Siren's Curse video. I filmed it the same day I did the Halloween stuff. So there's a Siren's Curse video where I get my thoughts and all that jazz, but right there at the park, right where it's going. So I think that'll be a cool, fun video. And then, like I said, we got a trip to Canada's Wonderland coming up this weekend on Sunday. So make sure you are subscribed to give that a check out once it happens. They could never look at this. This is great. Look at that. You think you're turning one way and then it just, this is lethal. This can't be legal. This, yikes. Have the rise at Cedar Point. You can't tell what they are saying exactly. It's like the pilots who like give you your life, safety briefing. It's like they're telling you like how to survive a plane crash, but you can't hear a thing they're saying because it's just like, it's just like that the whole time. I'm making blueberry muffins and listening to you on my headphones in the kitchen. That is so cool. I hope the blueberry muffins are wonderful. Whenever I did blueberry muffins, we would put what is it called? Sugar in the raw, as with the crumble on top. Just that like big crunchy sugar on top. That's kind of nice. Would recommend it. Be careful not to get copyright for Siren Curse. Oh, is there Velocity? Do you know if that's because people are using the animation video period, or do you know, is it the music that's in the animation video? Or is it none of the above? That's good to know. I have enough content of me just talking, that I don't think I need the animation, but I was planning on using the animation. I-305 turn, here we go. There it is. Gray out. And we're just going to have this thing rocket back up. Like 90 degrees. Yeah, I mean, what I recorded, it's mostly put together. I'm really close to that video being done. Mostly just me sitting there talking about like how I feel Siren's Curse does or doesn't fit into like Cedar Point's lineup or whatever. And going around and showing where it's going to be and all that. Can you mail me a muffin? Can I have a blueberry muffin? A lot of people want the muffins, Dawn, so I don't I don't know if you're planning on sharing, but I think there's a little bit of an expectation here. Whoa. Yeah, that thing has to kill you right there. That turn, like your neck has compressed. Oh, wow. That's good sustained G's. This thing is still cruising, but that's a little more reasonable of a speed to be going over something like this. I'm so curious how this pans out. Are there statistics about this ride, like where it panders towards kids just because it's a kiddie model? Or will it realize, hey, maybe this 300-foot roller coaster isn't the greatest thing for your kid to be riding? Potentially. I mean, like, look at this. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Are you hyped for Yukon Striker? I am, but the weird, like, I hear strange things about Yukon, and I heard a lot of strange things too about Valraven. Hold on, we're talking. I've only been on Valraven and Shikra, and I like both of them. I think I like Shikra better because I like the restraints better. But people keep saying like Valraven and Yukon, just because they're bigger, you would think they're better, but people are like, oh, they're not as forceful. They're not as dynamic as the smaller ones like Dr. Diabolical or what is it, Emperor? I don't know. I don't really. So I'm excited. Absolutely. I think riding the tallest dive coaster is going to be sick. But people kind of, I don't know. I want to draw my own conclusion after riding that. Just talk over a video of you playing with your cat for 10 minutes. I can play with my cat for more than 10 minutes. He is so knocked out right over there. It's not worth riding unless it rips your spine out. Yeah, I don't think it's ripping it out so much as like that turn. It's just what like 8 Gs would do to the human body for, 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Not good. Not ideal. I think it's the video because it's normally muted while YouTubers talk. Okay, so like I can. Oh, so I can't even show it. That's wild. I would understand if Cedar Point doesn't want people, like if the people who made the music or Cedar Point licensed the music themselves, they don't want people using that music for free. I get that. But don't you want creators, especially when it's a park that invites creators to a lot of things and like they have a lot of media events and stuff, wouldn't you want people talking about your new ride? And wouldn't that entail showing it, the animation that you made? I'll look into that. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not monetized and I won't be for a while. So maybe I don't really care for this video, but who knows? Maybe this is like the one video that pops off and gets me able to be monetized and then I can't anyway. Oh, make sure you go through the Port Huron crossing. There you go. It's a lot faster than Detroit. I think I'm going in, what's the one north of Detroit? Is that the one you're talking about? Is it what is it called? Yeah, I've gone through Detroit quite a few times, like the tunnel and the bridge. Sarnia. The Blue Water Bridge. Yeah, yeah. Port Huron. That is where I will be going. It saves me like 2 hours just to go north that way. That is the way I will be going. Unless I don't. I might be spending the night tomorrow night in Detroit. So it will depend. Detroit's usually fine for me. You take the tunnel because trucks aren't there, and then you just gotta not hit it during like the rush hours. What's your favorite thing about Hollow Weekends? It was a really fun event. Something snapped. Something changed in me. Something happened where I used to get really scared of. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I can't see my OBS. I'm trusting that I'm streaming still, but I keep accidentally full screening one of the screens. Okay. I'm just going to trust it's fine. I won't be able to switch back to the game until I can figure this out. What was I talking about? Halloween. Yeah. I'm not scared of the things anymore. And last time I was super scared. So I don't know what happened between the last time I was at Halloween and this time, which was only 4 years or something. The scares just weren't getting me quite as much. That being said, the vibe at the park is amazing. Super cool. Just being there for like 5 hours or 4 hours after it's dark is amazing. We rode Millennium Force, Droko, like Drew and Yoko and I, Millennium Force at nighttime, and you go over the island where Blood on the Bayou is, and it's all foggy. That was a crazy night ride. I don't know. The vibe at the whole park is amazing. And as far as the actual Halloween like walkthroughs and stuff, Midnight was super cool. I'd say out of that, we did like four or five of them. I'd say Midnight was definitely my favorite. And then something, what was it? Lake Erie Estates. The Haunting of Erie Estates. That was sick. That was cool. Very psychological horror, analog horror. Not analog horror, but like that sort of vibe, you know. Midnight was just cool because it had the best scares. It had the most people. It had the most variation between scenes. Yeah. Griffin, She-Ra, and Valraven. I think I like Griffin more than all of them. Yeah, I would assume I'd put Griffin right up there. Because I wrote Valraven, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. And people say these B&M vests make the ride experience way worse. But I was like, no, it's still a great ride. There's no headbanging because it's a vest. And then I rode She-Ra a couple years later. Last year. This past spring. And I realized how much of a difference the old and new restraints, the vest restraints versus just the old B&M over the shoulders. You can get like noticeable airtime or floater, or you just notice like your butt leaves the seat and like you bump into the rest of the restraint. You can't do that in a vest, and you do that on She-Ra during that drop. You don't realize how good that drop is as a floating moment unless you do it with the old restraints. So as a ride, I think Valraven's better, but man, those restraints do make a difference. So I do like She-Ra's drop better, you know. She-Ra, fun ride at night. Yeah, a lot of the Busch Gardens Tampa stuff I feel like would be sick at night. I'd ask Cedar Point's marketing team before you upload. Yeah, and I do. That is one cool thing is I'm a very small creator, but I am in a little bit of cahoots with Cedar Point, so I will definitely reach out before I talk about it. But no, they're super. They're easy to work with, which again is kind of why I'm surprised that they would be like copywriting things. I wonder if it's automatic or if there's some other entity striking it on their behalf, because I feel like Cedar Point, more than a lot of parks, understands the necessity of like socials and people talking about their stuff. So it's surprising to me. Dawn to Dusk. I got the Cedar Point solo. I go to Cedar Point solo a lot. And it's fun because you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. But I like to be with someone for haunted houses and scare zones. Maybe I would have been a lot more scared if I did them solo. Going with Drew and Yoko was really, really fun. Agreed. Rode Thunderbird recently. Old OST. Yeah, Thunderbird is awesome. I love Thunderbird. That was my first, like, I've ridden Hulk before, but Hulk just kind of was like a one of one, you know, as far as like a older 90s, 2000s, 1999 was it? Launching B&M, it's kind of like a one-off. But then Thunderbird, that launch, I was like, whoa, I didn't realize B&M just could do launches like that. Very punchy, very good. But yeah, for wings, I care a little less, just because like for Gatekeeper and Thunderbird and most of the wings, you're not really getting any airtime. So as far as like not getting airtime, I don't mind the vests unless they keep tightening. But the old ones are so much better, like for pretty much everything, unless it's a very laterals, like there's a lot of transitions, or it's just a rougher ride, then obviously that's going to give you more headbanging. What's your favorite drop ride? Oh, Doofles. I agree. The old B&M restraints, so much better. Yeah, like I said, 90% of the time I'd agree. Then there's a tiny percentage where it's like, okay. Rougarou shook my head around a little bit. That wouldn't hurt to have something that I wouldn't be slamming my head against the whole time. But favorite drop ride, Tay? If you're talking drop tower, Falcon's Fury. That was crazy. This spring, loved that ride. Been dying to ride it since it opened, and that was sick. I loved that. It is trippy facing the ground, and like you get this just weird feeling of like, I know rides are safe, but if this fails right now, like on a drop tower, it's like if something failed, you feel like you could still hold on to your seat or something. When there's nothing holding you as you're facing the ground except the thing over your chest. It feels a little more real. So I'd say that, or just if we're talking straight up just drops on drop towers. Was it a Larson? The one at Kentucky Kingdom, I was really surprised by. Very forceful, very quick. That was cool. I don't think it was a fun time. I think it was a Larson. That was really cool. And then if you're saying favorite drop on a ride, backseat Time Traveler, Silver Dollar City, not even close. That is the most, like, maybe they meant that part to be so intense, but it does not match the rest of the ride. The rest of the ride is fun and flowy and smooth, and that drop is just ridiculous. Like, unbelievable. Yeah, Falcon's Fury. It's amazing. I wish it wasn't so technically flawed, but that's just Intamin. Because when you see that it's down half the... Like, I'm glad I got to ride it, but when you see it's down half the time, you just know probably not really many parks are going to be building more of those. Because there's just two, right? There's Falcon's Flight, and then is it... where is it? It's overseas. They have the Zach Spin. I can't remember the name. It's not Linnimaki, is it? No. Oh, there's the park, and they're opening a huge new Vekoma ride, and they just opened a B&M in for it. Regardless, they're the other one that has an Intamin Sky Jump, and it's like, I really wish those were more reliable rides so we'd see more of those happen. I can't... Hey, I can see my stuff again. I just wanted to make sure I could do that. Okay, cool. Falcon's Fury makes it feel like you're going to slip out at any moment. Yeah, it is Windseeker, Falcon's Fury, and Screaming Swings. I'm like not so quick to put my hands up. And I'm not one to staple myself, but those ones, I'll make sure that that's a good secure restraint, you know? Larson drop towers are somehow twice as hard as SNS. Yeah, I like SNS ones, like the shot and drop towers, but they're very middle of the pack for me. I think I've only done Power Tower, but like you get the whole experience from both of those sides, and it just. Oh no, and I've done the one at Islands of Adventure, the shot tower there. Yeah. Larson's just, it feels very analog, if that makes sense. Like some of the drop towers feel very like modern and like the crazy, like, you know, doing all this stuff. And Larson's are like, it just feels like you're on a heavy thing that's pulled up and just let go. And it just feels like that. And that's a pretty, I like it. I like it. Hey, it's been 2.5 hours. Thank you all so much for stopping in. Yeah, Tay, I'm with you. I'm like, those are some rides that I'm not taking chances on. Thanks for stopping in. I'm probably not going to keep streaming for too long, probably like 10, 15 minutes. But this has been fun. We can finish this, though. We got to. I finish what I start. That's how... Ooh, I forgot this happened. Sorry that it's really blurry and fuzzy. The way I have to fix that with this capture card for some reason is just to move around a lot. So if we just kind of let this move, it should get less fuzzy blurry for you guys. I've heard arguments between who's better, Steel Vengeance or Iron Gwazi. Man, I've done both. And I say this in most of my videos because when I talk about rides that I've just ridden, usually I'm just too jazzed up about having just ridden that ride that I don't fully think I'm giving the most unbiased answer. Like, I think I'm, you know, if right now me sitting in my apartment, boom, you took me to Cedar Point, put me on Maverick, I'd probably be like, that's an 11 out of 10 ride. Probably better than most rides out there. It's true, but I'd probably unnecessarily put it high just because, like, that'd be sick. That's a sick hill. I'd probably put it unnecessarily high just because, like, recency bias. I just did it, and I wasn't doing it before. So for both Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance, I kind of, when I got off either of them, I'm like, that's the best. It doesn't get better than that. But I'll say this. I think I do prefer Steel Vengeance overall. We're finally starting to slow this thing down. Steel Vengeance, I prefer overall because I love the length. I love the last lap in the structure. I think it's so cool. Like, that entire last lap, you feel like you got to put your hands down because you're about to smack wood and you can't really tell how, like, far a lot of the drops and stuff are. Love that. Steel Vengeance's outer bank, like one of the first elements it does. Top 3 elements of all time. Better than Gwazi's, I don't care. Insane element. Ridiculous. But then Gwazi kind of beats it in, like, everything else. As far as it's a faster paced ride. It's a, hold on. I gotta be, like, doing, like... It's faster paced. The operations suck so bad on Iron Gwazi, like 5-minute dispatches every time, but it's Busch Gardens, Tampa, so there's no lines, and they have the zipper pouches still. I could just put my phone on it was great. But no, that thing is so fast paced. The death roll is uncanny. Like, I don't know. So, and it just hits the brakes just running so hot. And I do like how relentless of a ride that is. So in my mind, like, the perfect coaster would be like Steel Vengeance if the first lap at least felt as quickly paced as Gwazi's did. Because even with how tall and, oh my gosh, with how tall and crazy Steel Vengeance is, that first lap doesn't feel like Iron Gwazi's. Or take Iron Gwazi, give it another lap, and make it swing to the outside of the outer bank a bit sooner. Because Iron Gwazi just feels like it does that a little too late. So, depends on the day. Like I said, probably would wind up just being whatever one I've ridden most recently. But I'm going to have to go Steel Vengeance. That's just me personally. Giga Junior Coaster. Yeah, this is something, man. I don't really know what we've landed on. It was going to be a Strato Wacky Worm for a bit. But what's the rarest credit? Ooh. I don't have many rare credits. I don't know. I've been on probably Opa Twister Coaster at Mount Olympus. I think, did it kill someone? Or did it just hurt someone? But it was like a pretty obscure just spinning mouse. And I feel like probably not a lot of people rode that before it went away. So did that. I only did the indoor park. Only did the indoor park at Mount Olympus. So again, I need to get to the outdoor park to do like Hades 360 and stuff. Did Wildcat at Cedar Point, but that's, you know, a lot of people have done that. I have rare experiences. There's been some wacky stuff that has happened. Little mid-course. No, I need this thing to end. I don't have time for a mid-course. With these trains, probably this is about how long I need it to be. Yeah, there's some wacky experiences we've had. Trimless Steve. I think so. But like I definitely have noticed certain times when the trims hit a lot harder on Steve than other times. So maybe it wasn't trimless, but maybe it was lightly trimmed. So I don't know. I do want to do Voyage trimless. That's kind of right up there in the top of my bucket list. Okay, we are going to be signing off for the night as soon as I can get this thing to its station. Hold on, I need to see this whole thing test. Gwazi hits harder, but Steel Vengeance is more of a complete ride. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But even like a couple of the elements on Steel Vengeance, I still prefer over Iron Gwazi. This is kind of a crazy layout, honestly. But yeah, for the most part, it's like in a perfect world, I want a ride as intense as Iron Gwazi for at least that first good 2 laps, and then with the length of Steel Vengeance. Look at this. Oh, it's trimming. We trimming. All right, we're just about there. I gotta turn this down. Ops on Gwazi or Tote. Yeah. Opa ejected someone due to a restraint malfunction. Yeah. Like, I think that going to Mount Olympus would be really fun. Especially with, like, my little alien content brain. I'm like, how many videos I've seen of how janky that park is. Like, I think that would just turn into really funny, good content. But at the same time, the fact that what just happened, Zeus derailed in the station, and like Opa and all that, and people are like, there's literally like no security at the park. I don't know, little sketchy. So I'll check it out just because it's one of the closer parks to me, but little concerning. Didn't know we were still turning. Boom, we're hitting the brakes. This is not my greatest Planet Coaster creation. We're braking hard. 8 feet. That was a good guess. Black zone. Maybe the black zone goes here. I promise I can make pretty okay rides. This is just not one of them. Black zone. Uh-oh. Are those not aligned? I don't think those are aligned. They're not aligned. This is always the part that drives me insane. think it's this one. Oh, there it is. I mean, it's not ideal, but it gets the job done. Okay, here we go. Don't care if it really doesn't perfectly work. Here we go. Here we go. We didn't even give it a name. But this is our Giga Wacky Worm. A little heavy on the banking right there. Parking is $40. Is there somewhere nearby Mount Olympus I can park and not pay $40? And stick your hand out and touch the coaster track. Yeah, it looks very sketchy. It's the only one I seriously question my safety, but that's the thing, like, it's bad. But I want to go because how long is a park like Mount Olympus gonna be open with that reputation? And also, I think it would be funny content. But here we go. This is our inaugural flight of our Wacky Worm. Here we go. That little wave action would be fun. A little heavy on the transitions. This was the first hill that would actually not do terrible things to you. That would be rough. A little outer. Little Steve moment there for you. Boom. Trim. Not today. A little bit. A little crazy on the banking right there. But we made it. Yeah, the train wasn't empty when it left, and now it is. What do our block sections allow us? 2 trains, perhaps? Yeah, 3. Are these hitting each other? Wow. Okay, because this is a block zone, this is a block zone, and this is a block zone. Good. And there's the block midway through. Wow. Terrible operations. This would suck. Because this... I don't know if this can really make it the rest of the course. Oh, maybe it can. Oh. So, essentially, this block is not functional. Unless we up the release speed. Let's see if that makes a difference. 3 train ops on the Cedar Point Giga Wacky Worm. 4. Right? 1, 2. No, 3. I don't remember. 1, 2. 4 train ops. Okay, it makes it now. One more time. As long as this can clear. I mean, if you get block checked on that block zone, you are just not really getting anything out of this last part of the ride. But hey, at least you will make it back to the station. That's what counts. Barely. We made it. Okay. Perfect. We did it. What are we naming it? And then I'm gone. Wendigo? More like Wendy's. Wendy's. Thank you all for helping me. I'm sorry that it's so blurry. It was doing this earlier, and I do not know why it's doing this. It just kind of fixes itself sometimes. Sometimes it just stays blurry. We made Wendy's. It is done. So thank you for that. I'm going to wrap up the night because it's almost been 3 hours. Thank you all so much for stopping in. This was my first live stream. I don't know why 16 of you are still here. I really appreciate it, but I've just been sitting here playing Planet Coaster. I thought Planet Coaster would be very engaging, but instead it just wound up being me building this abomination. So perhaps we will do that in the future. Perhaps we will not. But I would love to continue live streaming. This is fun, and I really enjoyed the kind of the conversations and being able to interact. So I don't know when the next live stream will be, but there will definitely be more. So look forward to that. I'm just gonna make sure I'm all caught up here with the chat. Need to see those stats. Good call. Good call. Good call. We need them. Horrifying, true. Ejector, true. I think I flew out. I think multiple people would. Train has entered the mid-course and discoursed out of it, true. I didn't have to pay anything at the park. All the rides are rough. Zeus derailed. I got there the day after Zeus derailed, and it was rough like everything else. They opened it the next day? Check this out. Check this out. Green. Green excitement. Green fear. Green nausea. We're good. This is a certified, safe, and enjoyable ride. It is 6:12. How long is that? It's 4 minutes and 13 seconds long. And most of that happens right here. Average speed is 21 miles. 103. I have no idea why this is hitting 103 when it's... I guess that makes sense, actually. It's like, what, 50 feet taller than Millennium Force? 10 miles an hour faster? That sounds about right. That's a crazy block check. You thought dive coasters had like a scary start? Imagine being this guy. Just waiting. I'm stupid. It wasn't block checking there. I just had the game paused. Anyway. The biggest drop is 357 feet. Pretty good. Tallest giga in the world. Max lats are 3 Gs. That would hurt. So for me, weighing, high 100s, that's like 600 pounds of force going laterally on some of these turns. So that would probably crush some of my bones. Max vertical is 7 Gs. So that's like 1,400 pounds of weight slamming into the seat. So that's bad. Airtime, negative 3.5 Gs. Again, like 600 pounds of force flying straight up for me. That's crazy. These are fine. That's good. Inversion's 1. Because Planet Coaster counts anything overbanked as an inversion, right? So this is right there. Airtime count 9. 10 seconds of airtime. Very low scenery rating. Honestly, very low is better than I expected. So that's it. That is Wendy's. Just Love One Wheels. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping in. We are about to wrap up. But I will... Oops. Sorry. I'll probably leave this stream up on the channel at least for a few days. So if anyone wants to watch 3 hours of just nothing, they have the choice to do that. So the final wacky worm. The inversion on Hades was the smoothest part. Yeah, so I've heard. PJ, I thought Hades was good. I think I'll enjoy it because I have a high tolerance for really rough rides, but there's a point, right? And it feels like Mount Olympus kind of pushes the point of rough and like actually something's wrong with it. Alone on Friday night watching someone else build a giga wacky worm. I can't think of many better ways to spend your Friday night. Enjoy the live stream. Thank you, Tay. Velocity. Got a lot of things to do. Nothing better than watching stream. Thank you, Chris. They sure did. Please, what's up? What lens? Camera. Just love one wheels. I did go through a little bit of the camera stuff earlier, but I shoot on a Sony FX30. It's a cropped sensor cinema line, budget friend. Well, for a camera of that caliber, budget friendly cinema camera. So it's a FX30, Sony FX30, and the lens I shoot on most of the time is the Sigma 18-35. And it's made for Canon, so I have to have an adapter to make it work, but that's what I shoot on. Love the stream. Keep it up. Thank you, Velocity. You keep it up with those POVs and whatever videos you're hoping to create in the future. But thank you all so much for checking the stream out. It's been really fun. Genuinely, I didn't know what to expect from this, and it was awesome hanging out with a bunch of you guys. And we'll make sure to do it again in the future. So I don't know how to end this thing. I'm not going to do my normal, like, my name's John. You've been watching Midcourse Discourse. But, yeah, look forward to the new video, hopefully tomorrow. If not, it'll be in a few days because I will be at Canada's Wonderland on Sunday. So, thank you. Thanks so much. Make sure to subscribe. I don't know if liking this stream helps anything, so do it or don't. But thank you. I will see you next time.